After receiving 11 nominations at the Oscars, Joker is picking up steam going into the award season and the end of the award season in particular this year. Obviously, it also got 11 BAFTA nominations, it won a few Golden Globes, and it is really picking up steam amongst Academy members, and there's even people online saying, that they've spoken to Academy members and they've said that essentially Joker is right at the top of that list when it comes to winning Best Picture. Now, I do believe there are 5 films that have a chance of winning Best Picture, but I'm going to get into all the different categories on what Joker, has a good chance in, what it will probably win, and ones that it may just fall short in. But anyway, the Oscars that I think Joker will win come Academy Awards night, to start off with, is Best Actor. We all know that Joaquin Phoenix is winning every award left, right and centre for his performance in Joker. I mean, it's not just one of the best performances of the year, it's one of the best performances of the entire decade. And I think that the only actor that has a chance of competing with him is Adam Driver in Marriage Story. But even though his performance is, fantastic in that film, I don't think he can touch Joaquin Phoenix when it comes to Joker. The performance was completely self-transforming. It completely showed a mentally ill man going from one point into, the villain we all know as the Joker, and it did it so convincingly and relatable to today's world. So I think that Joker for Best Actor will definitely win for that award. For Best Score as well, I think that's the other category it should definitely win, because Hilda is picking up, again like Joaquin Phoenix, awards all over the place for her scoring Joker. I think that the only film that's got a chance when it comes to score is 1917. I think that, that's the only film that really has a chance of toppling Hilda when it comes to the Best Score category. But they're the 2 categories that I think it will definitely win in come the Oscars this year. For the next 6 categories, I think Joker has a chance in them. I don't think it's as strong as Best Actor nor Best Score, but I do think it's in the top 2 or 3 to win. And for sound editing, you've obviously got Star Wars in there, you've got 1917. I think it's between Joker, 1917 and Star Wars for sound editing. I wouldn't be surprised if Joker did win one of the sound editing or sound mixing awards, potentially sound editing more over sound mixing, but I do think that there are other films in there that also have a chance, so it could go either way. And then when you're talking obviously about sound mixing, you've got Ad Astra in there, which was a shock as well. I was happy that was nominated for for something this year. But for sound mixing, I think it's again between Joker and 1917. I think there's a common reoccurrence in 1917 and Joker in these technical awards, so I think that Joker, although it isn't the favourite in these, I think it's definitely got a good chance because they're going to want to mix up the technical awards. And I think for sound editing and mixing, it's definitely got a good chance in them awards. Then when we come to makeup and hairstyling, a lot of people are saying this is between Joker and Bombshell. Obviously, Bombshell and Joker have both won respective awards in makeup and hairstyling at different award shows. Obviously you had Bombshell winning at the Critics' Choice Awards, you had Joker winning the makeup and hairstyling awards, the official makeup and hairstyling awards, so it's definitely got a chance, and I think it's definitely between them two. I think what you're seeing through these technical nominations is Joker is popping up like in the top 2 or 3, so it's definitely got a chance. And then in costume design, of course, there's a lot of great films in there, but I think this is very much between Joker and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think they are the 2 films that really represent the eras that they take place in, and they've definitely, sparked a lot of people's attention technically and in particular through their costume design. So I think that in them first 4, Joker's definitely got a really good chance. It's definitely in the top 2 or 3 films, and I wouldn't be surprised if it picked 1 or 2 up in these technical awards. Then again, for cinematography, the 2 films which have been mentioned the most this year for cinematography, actually I think you could say 3 are The Lighthouse, 1917 and Joker. However, I do think 1917 will win this award simply because of Roger Deakins' work, and having seen 1917, I must say, as a fan of Joker and 1917, I think 1917 will end up on top in the cinematography award, and I did say that in my predictions video the other day. But regardless, I think Joker's definitely up there to win that as well. For film editing, I think it's got a better chance than cinematography. I think, the fact that you've got films like The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit and Parasite in there are also great, but I do think that Joker has a leading force in editing, the way they manipulate the footage to make you think that Arthur Fleck is actually in these scenes and these people were in the scenes with him, but then it's revealed that they're actually not and it was all just inside of his head. I think the way they edited it like that was fantastic, and I would not be surprised if it picked up Best Editing. So at the minute, looking through these nominations, I'd say the 3 that it's got the best chance in, we obviously know it's going to win Best Score and Best Actor. Well, it's very high likely it will. And then I think the other award it's got a very good chance in is Best Editing, but do not count out its chances in some of the other awards like sound editing and mixing. I think sound editing and film editing are the 2 that it's got a very good chance in to win. Now, before we get into Best Picture and, talking about its chances in that final big category, I think the 2 that it probably won't win, and there's only 2 awards that I don't think that it will have a chance at winning in. Obviously, it does have a chance because it's nominated, but the 2 that it's very unlikely it will win are Adapted Screenplay and then obviously Director. And I think because of the strength of the names in this category, and because obviously they're going to want to mix it up, I think in particular the Director category, you've got a hell of a list there. You've got Scorsese, you've got Mendes, Tarantino, and obviously Bong Joon-ho, and I think all of them directors have a legitimate shot of winning. And I think if you look at the track record of who's won Director and the Adapted Screenplay Award, especially with Director, because obviously Bong Joon-ho and Quentin Tarantino have been winning a lot of the Director Awards, I don't necessarily think that Joker's going to win in them 2 categories. I want it to win, it would be nice for it to win, but I just don't think it's going to win in them 2. So for Best Picture, what are Joker's chances of winning this award? I believe there are 5 films that have got a chance. I think Joker, I think The Irishman, I think 1917, I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Parasite have all got a chance of winning this award. An interesting little statistic, I'll put it up on screen for you guys. This guy obviously did a bit of analysis on the nominations. He said 93% of Best Picture winners have a Best Director nomination, 89% have a Screenplay nomination, and 82% were up for Best Film Editing. And obviously The Irishman, Joker and Parasite are the only ones who have got all 3 of those. And that is a big statistic going into this Best Picture award. It shows that what I think Joker has a great chance in, and I think this is what people are not recognising as much, is that Joker has nominations in every different type of category in the Oscars this year. It has pretty much swept nominations in technical categories, and it's up for nearly all of them. It's in the top 2 or 3 films to win each of them categories. It then has big nominations in director and acting. It also has screenplay, for adapted screenplay. Joker has covered all the different fields and it's deserved of its Best Picture nomination. And the question is now, can it win? And based on that statistic, I think it has a great chance of winning. Now, do I think it's going to win? Probably not. But do I want it to win, and do I think it has a great chance? Yes. I mean, Joker having all of them, locked nominations really does give it a legitimate point of winning Best Picture. The fact that it's got all of the technical pretty much locked up and it's in the top 2 or 3 to win those. It's in a Best Screenplay, category, and it's in the top 2 or 3 to win that, even though I don't think it will win. It's got a Best Director nomination. I don't think it will win, but again, it's nominated. And then obviously it's got Best Acting, which will probably win. I think all of that information considered tells us that Joker has got a great chance at winning Best Picture. And I think a lot of people, including the media, mention them again, are denying that, and it has got a great shot of winning. If I was to put my money on any, as I said in my prediction video, it would be Hollywood or, Parasite or 1917. If I had to put my money on any one singular film of winning, it would be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But again, I do think Joker has a great chance, and if it did win, I wouldn't be shocked. A lot of people would be. I wouldn't be shocked. I think it's a great film that people love, audiences. Even though critics were very mixed on it, the critics who did like the film loved it and put it in their top 3 or 4 films of the year. Considering that and considering what it's nominated for and the awards it's already won, I think Joker has a great shot of winning Best Picture this year. I don't think it's going to win, but I think it has a great shot, and I think people shouldn't deny that. And, based on its track record, based on its audience and, I guess, partial critical feedback, and on top of that, again, it's the awards it's won, I think it has a great shot of winning. And yeah, I think Joker is going to surprise a lot of people. If I had to put my final prediction on what it will definitely win at the Oscars, I'd say Best Score, Best Actor, Best Film Editing. It has a shot of Best Costume. I'm going to say it's going to win Best Costume. And then obviously Best Picture is a bit of a wild card. So if I had to put my prediction on it, I would say Joker would win 4 Oscars, with the chance of winning the big one. But then obviously that is well open for debate and open for who will win, because there's loads of films that could potentially win Best Picture. I think it's the first time in the last 10 years we can actually say 5 films have got a legitimate shot of winning, and that is a good thing. It shows that the film industry is putting out some good films that all around people consider are the best picture of the year, and normally it's between 1 or 2 films with the chance of an upset, but this year we've got 5 films that really have a great shot of winning. They could all equally win that Best Picture prize. So that is my predictions on what Joker will win come awards night, what it could win and what it may not win. But overall, I think Joker's got a great shot at winning a lot of awards at the Oscars this year. And I think it's definitely got a shot at Best Picture. Do not, say that it's counted out and it hasn't got a chance, because it definitely has got a chance based on its nominations and based on its track record. So that is my predictions. Let me know down below what your Oscar predictions are for Joker. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. If you haven't already, check out my Oscar nominations breakdown and overall predictions video, which I released the other day. It's on my channel, and subscribe to the channel if you want to check out loads more content on Joker, on the Oscars and awards, on all movie news and topic related stuff. I'm going to be doing loads of that over the coming weeks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.